guys, it's Ellie and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am advising you with 15 things that you can do daily in order to become smarter, more intelligent, and all of these things are something that I have applied to my real life. I have noticed that my grades have improved ever since I passed out from school and entered college, and I do attribute it to the fact that I have been following these 15 things for a long time now, and I don't know what the future holds, but I hope that these tips will also help you in improving your memory, in improving your life, in improving your brain. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get into this video. The first tip to become smarter and intelligent, you guessed it right, it's reading more books. Reading is the one and only thing which can single-handedly take your entire life experience to a whole different level. There are only so many things that you can do and experience yourself. The others, you can actually read books and learn from the people who have already experienced them. So if you want to open a company, maybe you should read books by people who have already opened and failed at making companies so that you can be better at it. There are a lot of books to choose from, especially in the non-fiction category, which are going to make you smarter. Some of them include books by Steve Jobs, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates recommends a lot of books. I already have a video on that. And no matter which book you want to read, especially if it's the non-fiction genre, Storytel has you covered. I'd like to thank them for sponsoring today's video. Storytel is an audiobook app which has almost every audiobook that you may ever want to read for all your needs. So make sure you download the app and you can use a 30-day free trial code storytel.com/Ellie if you subscribe today. This trial code is going to give you a free trial of 30 days instead of the usual 2 weeks, and the best part is that after the trial gets over, it's only $2.99 per month. That's like 10 rupees per day to increase your knowledge by bounds every day. Reading is something that you just have to do if you want to become smarter and more intelligent. So make sure that you fall in love with reading. If you're having a hard time falling in love with reading, you have my channel. I talk a lot about books on all my videos. And just because I recommend non-fiction book for becoming smarter and more intelligent doesn't mean that you won't read fiction as well. Fiction also helps you a lot in becoming smarter and intelligent. But again, you never know which fiction book will inspire you in which way, but if you're picking up a non-fiction book, you know what it's going to help you with, okay? So yeah, books in general themselves are important to become smarter and more intelligent. The next thing that you have to do if you want to become smarter, intelligent, you have to take courses online. A lot of these courses are actually free. I will recommend Coursera or edX for the free courses. I am doing a lot of courses on Coursera right now, and the best part is that Coursera lets you apply for financial aid. You just have to write about 150 words on why you need financial aid, so you can actually get the course certificate for free. A lot of websites, I have seen that when they offer free courses, they don't give you a certificate, and that's fine, but Coursera has this option that you can apply. It's a bit of a task to write so much, but I have applied so many times and I have been approved all the times. I'm so happy about it. So I think getting approved for the financial aid won't be very difficult. Just write about how passionate you are about a particular subject. The things I have taken courses on are other areas of literature, on politics of Korea, on Japanese literature and visual culture. I'm taking a course on Greek and Roman mythology right now. So whatever interests you, you can find any course on the same on a lot of websites, okay? So make sure that you take those free courses. And if you can also take paid courses, but honestly, it's not necessary unless you want a specialization. Next thing you should do if you want to become more intelligent, you should talk to people who you want to be like. You should talk to people who are above you, and you should talk to people who are older than you more than you talk to people who are just your friends, okay? Most of the times, I will say 70 to 80% of the times, I have got immense help from people who are a bit older than me, so they have a lot more experience than I have. And the thing is, talking to them helped me a lot in avoiding mistakes, making the right decisions. Whereas if I just talk to my own friends, not that helpful, and I can see why. Most of the times they are not interested in the area that I am, or they are just not as experienced enough. So yeah, if you start making friends with elder sisters and elder brothers who are doing jobs in places that you want to be at, you will probably very soon be at those places for real. The next thing that I recommend to become intelligent is to read articles, and read good quality articles on the subjects that you like. You can get very good quality articles. If you want very scholarly articles, there are places like Google, scholar.google.com, where you get the scholarly articles on any subject. But if you don't want those scholarly articles because they are a bit difficult to read, you can go for somewhere like, Medium or New Yorker or Guardian. The articles there are also very well written but not that difficult to read. And yeah, I highly recommend them. The next tip for you will be to eat foods that will boost your brain power. There are a lot of foods that do that. Mostly I have read that foods like nuts do that. Dark chocolate also does that. That's great. And I think that will be very helpful if you want to be more smarter and learn more, because your brain is your number one asset and you should take care of it. The next thing I'll recommend to people who want to become more smart, and this is for people who want to be smart like in very general. There's this app called Deep Stash. I have talked about it in a previous video as well. This app has a lot of snippets from articles, the headlines from life-changing articles, and this app also helps me a lot in making new content, gives me a lot of content ideas. So maybe you can install that app and check out those snippets. Like, I find really good articles there all the time, and I hope that so will you. The next tip for anyone who wants to become more intelligent is to think before acting, because I think most of the times we do not think actually. We just do things because we are accustomed to doing them, but please keep asking why. Why do you do this, or why do you do that? Brings me to the next tip to become smarter and intelligent, and that is asking questions, especially when people don't want you to ask questions. You have a voice, so please make a sound. The next few tips are gonna be a bit easy. So number one, solve a lot of puzzles. There are puzzles like Sudoku, crossword that come in the newspapers themselves, but even if there aren't, there are games like chess and Connect 4 which are also intellectually a bit stimulating. Connect 4 not that much though, but like chess is really great. I love playing chess. I wish I had a good partner with whom I could do that. Next thing I'll advise is doing some exercise and meditation. They both help a lot in making your brain function better, and the same thing that I said in a previous point, your brain is your number one asset, so please take care of it very well. The next two tips are also very closely linked. Number one, you should be learning a new language, and number two, you should be soaking yourself in a new culture. So for me, the language is Korean and the culture is obviously Korean as well. Like, it's really fun to watch Korean movies, just sing Korean songs and read books from Korea and just read a lot about them. Okay, I also did a course on Korean politics, if I have mentioned that before. So the thing is, I love Korean culture, and if I had only stayed within my culture, I wouldn't have known what other people live like around the world. I do want to explore more cultures, but this one culture is attracting me right now. I don't know which culture will it be next. Japanese culture is also very interesting. I have not learned as much about it. I only know some folk tales of Japan and some animes, so I can't say that I am like soaking myself in that culture. But then that is also very interesting. So whatever culture interests you, it's going to make you more aware of everything around the world. And the next step will be to read news, not just from your own country, but also from that of around the world, because that is going to make you a global citizen, and you never know when it comes to help. Maybe you find a news about a country which is looking for people like you and giving them jobs. Maybe you find a very good job opportunity. Maybe you find a very good place to study at abroad, which will not cost you that much as well. So you never know what news you'll come across. So make sure you explore news around the world. That is also very helpful in making yourself more intelligent. The next thing you should always do is create new things. In a world of consuming so much, it is easy to forget to write. It is easy to forget to create things of your own. But don't do that. The more you are creative, the more your brain functions, and the more you're tasking your brain, and that helps a lot. If you're not a creative person, it's fine. I have read a book called Creativity Unleashed, and I'll highly recommend that to you if you want to unleash your own creativity. But I guess everyone is creative inside. Everyone wants to write a few lyrics. Everyone wants to write a couple of lines of poetry, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Like, I hate this myth of, thinking that I have to sing perfectly if you want to sing. If you want to dance, you should dance very well. Stop commodifying yourself. Just do things because you are happy doing them. The next tip that I will give you guys is to watch good movies. I love watching intellectually challenging movies. Now, what is intellectually challenging differs from person to person. While I'm a huge fan of Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, I know that it's not that good and it's not intellectually stimulating at all. However, movies like Dead Poets Society or noir films stimulate my intellectual buds a lot, and I love watching them. I learn a lot from those movies every time I watch them. So make sure that you find what stimulates your brains, what makes you intellectually more aware, what makes you learn a lot more about the world. Choose those movies over the movies that are trending and being watched by everyone else, because you're not everyone else, you're you, and that's what makes you special. The last tip that I have for you guys is subscribe to podcasts. Spotify has a lot of free podcasts and you can actually download them even if you don't have a subscription. So just download the podcast that you like, the episodes of a podcast that you like, and listen to them. I listen to a lot of podcasts, but my favorite ones are by Gary Vee, Sunny Lenarduzzi, and Thomas Frank. They have podcasts about studying and work and entrepreneurship respectively, and I love that. So make sure that you listen to them, and or anyone that you want to, whoever makes podcasts related to your particular interest. Okay, yeah guys, that will be all for today's video. I hope it helps you in becoming more intelligent and give you a smarter approach towards everything in life. This was a video that I really wanted to make for a long time, so I hope that you guys also enjoyed it as much as I am enjoying making it right now. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week till my next video. Bye bye.